Hey guys, welcome back to T.A.G Gaming. We are starting preseason week 2 of the Carolina Panthers GM mode. Before we get into the game though, we did have a major trade. We traded for DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. We gave up a lot, but I feel like it'll be worth it. He's a great player and it'll be a great investment for our wide receiver core. We now have three wide receivers that could be a number 1 on any other team. So I'm extremely ecstatic to see him play and so ready to see him win. All right, you see the kick return there. We get the ball to Christian McCaffrey a little bit here starting out. What I wanted to see in this game was Jake Fromm, just to see what he could do. See how he throws the ball, how he holds the ball, where he gets the ball to his receivers at. Does he make the right decisions? Because we're looking to see if we want to start the season with Jake. If we don't want to start the season with Jake, then we need to find somebody else that we can start the season with. Currently, Jake is our starter, but we have a lot of time to try to figure that out. As you see, he's making some good throws on this opening drive. He's making some good reads and getting the ball to Christian McCaffrey, which is always a good thing on this team. And that's what we wanted to see out of him to start this game. Couple bad throws, couple good throws. Our defense, we want to see if it can hold up just as well as it did last week, because they had a really good spot. As we get a touchdown there to start the game, there was a touchback on the kickoff, so the Cam and the Patriots will start from the 25. He turns and tries to run upfield. Not a good start for the defense. Not a good start for the defense at all. You got to contain Cam. I actually thought about trading for Cam to bring him back to Carolina for a year and just like to be the leader of this team and try that whole system out again with him, because we don't have a running quarterback in Jake Fromm. We just don't. As Brian Burns gets to the quarterback, that's what I want to see all year out of him, because I really want to see him explode onto the scene as a pass rusher. But back to the whole Cam thing, as he completes a great pass down the middle to Edelman to get the first down. I just don't want to go backwards with the Panthers. We're so young. We're so focused on starting over that if we went and we signed Cam, we would just be going back to the old ways and going back to that mindset. And we don't want that. We want a new, fresh, nice new team, and that's the way we get it, is by moving on. As Cam's making a great drive here to try to come back and tie this ball game up in the first quarter. Great play by Burns there to get to the quarterback. I'm so thankful that we picked him up. He has been a great addition to this team, and playing really well out of that DN spot. The biggest thing I see out of the team this week is the defense just struggling with Cam, and maybe it just could be mobile quarterbacks. That's something we'll have to watch in the future, but they're having a hard time containing him and watching for the run, as you see there where James White runs it up the middle for a touchdown. So we've got a tie ball game here in the second quarter. Let's see if Fromm can do something again. I mean, nearly picked off there. That's a bad decision. That's one of those decisions that will get him benched very quickly in this game. I want to see more out of him. I just want to see him show us that he wants to be the starting quarterback. And so far, he hasn't done that for us. And in this game, you'll see, like, bad call after bad call. Not a good throw here, not a good throw there. And it just seems to hurt us in some areas. And then also, after that, we've got our backup coming in, Will Greer, who had a really bad week last week. So we'll see what we've got out of him whenever he comes in. As Fromm tries to air it out and throws it into triple coverage. I mean, that's exactly the type of play that I was referring to when I said he needs to work on himself. As McCaffrey breaks a tackle, he might be gone. He might take it to the house. No, he gets it down to the 14. They're going to try to get it to him again on a pitch. Oh, he looks tired after that long run. So they bring in the backup, play action to him. Fromm rolls out, throws back over his body, and it's a terrible pick. That is a terrible, terrible pick. You can't throw that play. You can't throw that ball. You got to throw that ball away and give your team a chance there, but he just didn't do it. As White takes a run up for about 3 yards to get set up second down. They had a chance to intercept that ball there, just didn't get there. Edelman gets a good little gain there to keep their drive going. Good pressure on Cam there. See, that's what the Panthers need to work on. Getting that A-gap pressure. If they can get the pressure up the A-gap quickly, you can stop plays like this from happening, because Cam can't even get the ball out of his hands in time to, make a play. As you see here, it's tied 7-7, and they're driving. They're doing really well. There's 1:50 left in the second quarter, first half, and they're driving. Cam just tries to get the ball away there. I see a good pressure there to get the sack. Again, that's what we want to see out of Burns. We want to see those quick pressures on a really mobile quarterback in Cam, and really show us what he can do. As Cam gets it off there to the tight end. 24 seconds left. They line up for the field goal, and it's good. They take a 10-7 lead right here at halftime. And let's see if Jake Fromm can do anything with it. He hands it off to McCaffrey. It looks like they're content with going to halftime. No, they take a timeout. What's the next play for Jake? I mean, there's a throw to McCaffrey to get out of bounds, but is he thinking about field goal here? Is he thinking about trying to get down and score a touchdown? As they call timeout, this is a long field goal here, and it's good. So we're going to go into the halftime tied at 10, and that's a really good sign for the Panthers offense and defense to stay in there and come back down the field and get a tie ball game after half. Oh, Stidham comes in after half, throws a pick. Is he going to get around? He does. That's going to be a pick six. So right out of the gate, Stidham throws a pick six. Oh, and almost has another pick there. I really expected Stidham to come out slinging, but not to the point that he would throw a pick and nearly another pick straight out of the gate as he dumps it off to the tight end in the flat. Looking at Stidham, I really thought he might be a guy that we could trade for in the offseason and bring in to be the starting quarterback for this team. He's young enough. He's got experience in the Tom Brady system, which seems to work really well, and for them for many years. But he didn't fit what I'm trying to do with this team and what I'm trying to build here. And I just don't want to build off of anybody else. I want to build on something fresh, something new, and just go from there. Try to start out strong and have a good season. Our defense is trying to step up. It always seems like our defense does well when it gets down to the 20s, but until the red zone, it doesn't do that well. And, I've seen a lot of practice, and I just think that maybe they need to work on trying to get, the guys to prevent them from getting there, get some 3 and outs, and get the other team in punting situations. Run up the middle there. There's a good stop. That's going to hold them to a field goal. The kick is good. So that's 16-13. 3-point game in the third quarter. We're almost in the fourth quarter. Here's Will Greer. Good run by Cannon. I mean, Cannon has come out strong this preseason. If there's one guy that stood out this preseason, it's Cannon. And I really think that he might be the guy to really take over and be the backup for Christian McCaffrey. And really, hold on to that position and not have to worry if something was to happen to Christian McCaffrey, whether or not we would be able to make it, because he could fill in, and he's shown that really well, and we don't have to look elsewhere for that position. And I think Will Greer kind of saw last week what happened. His throwing got him in trouble. He just didn't play well. So he's playing it a lot better this time and just handing the ball off, giving the ball to his playmaker at running back and just letting him go. As he gets stuffed there at the 4-yard line. We're into the fourth quarter here. They're up by 3. He can't make a boneheaded play that will cause them the game as he throws a touchdown there. That gives them a 10-point lead. They've got a chance to win this ball game. And a bouncing pick there for the defense. The Panthers will gladly take the ball here as we get the ball to Thomas. That's the thing I like about Thomas, man. He's always just that reliable safety valve that you can throw it down to whenever everybody else is covered. And he makes a good little play and gets a first down. And I really think he might end up being the starting tight end for this team if we don't try to find somebody out somewhere else. He looks like a good starting option. So we get down into the 6-yard line. There was a false start penalty, put him back to the 5. Put him back 5 yards. We're at the 11 here. He's going to fake the handoff again here, throw to the back. Oh, no, throws to Thomas, and he gets a catch. I mean, that's a great catch. That's just showing what the chance he has. Almost threw a pick there, Stidham did. But Thomas is showing us a lot in this game. I mean, he's just showing us that he can be the tight end of the future if we really want to put that on him. So that might be a look that we go to if we don't bring in a tight end to help us out. We're up 30-13 right now. This is good, looking good in the fourth quarter. It's just kind of nursing this lead and letting, you know, Stidham kind of run some of this clock out for you. That's really all the Panthers need to do here. Almost got a good tackle there, but he throws a good pass down the right side to get a first down and gain a pretty good chunk of yardage. They're trying to get to him. That's what I've been saying all year. If the Panthers can just generate that pressure, he's going to throw the ball out of bounds because he doesn't have time to make the throws that he needs to throw. That's any quarterback, not just Jarrett Stidham. And with a quarterback like Jarrett Stidham that's kind of young, kind of fresh into the league, putting pressure on him really will cause some problems as they get a touchdown there. They go for an onside kick, but they don't get it. Carolina still is maintaining that 10-point lead, but you know, this game isn't over. I mean, Bill Belichick can pull anything out, you know, rabbit out of the hat at any time and get a lead. But I think right here, Will Greer's just trying to pad some stats, do a couple tosses, but still run that clock down. Seems to be working as Cannon runs up the middle. He gets a touchdown there, so that's going to make it 37-20, touchback on the kickoff. But I mean, right now the Panthers are playing really good football on both sides of the ball as their second stringers are playing really well tonight. Far different cry from what we saw last week. They did not play as good last week, so that's what we wanted to see. They're still giving up, you know, these little gap plays, but I think it's more because they're playing more like a protective coverage. You know, not letting them score, but letting them chew up clock. They'll give them those short throws all day. There's a longer pass by Jarrett Stidham. And Stidham had a couple bad plays in this game, a couple bad throws, but he's been under pressure a lot in this game. And I think that might have caused some of that as he's trying to drive down the field. But overall, he had a really good game. If you take away all the pressure that the Panthers gave him, there's a chance he might have even had a better game. You know, next week we've got the Ravens as a pick here, but there's a flag on the play. It was pass interference, so that doesn't seal it with a pick. But yeah, we have the Ravens next week and the Steelers week 4. So those are two good teams to really judge our team off of and see how we are. You know, see what kind of choices and decisions we need to make to change some things up. Because who knows, maybe we need to go a different direction with quarterback or find us a tight end or work on our defensive line. Those are all things that we can do as they get a touchdown here to close out the game. They tried the onside kick again, and we were able to get it and run it, and that'll end it. As you see there, we had 250 rushing yards and 180 passing yards. Not a good passing performance, but when you get the takeaways and you win the game, that always helps. We'll see how we do next week against the Ravens, but as Stidham looks sad, we just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to win the game. But that's going to do it for week 2 of the preseason. Alright guys, if you enjoyed that video, hit the like button down below. And if you want to keep up to date with all this stuff my channel is doing, GM mode, hopefully career mode here before long, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks for watching the video.